With the silence there, breaking through the open air, even out there.
And it's your girl Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. We're here, we're live. I know we started off a little bit late, but you know what? If you're catching on or you're about to catch on, you know, thank you for being here with me. It's been a week. Seriously, it's been a week. It's definitely been a week. It's like giving the vibe of like I don't know, like what day it is. It always, I don't know if I briefly mentioned this in like my last episode, but during the holidays, I feel like it definitely feels like every day hits you in the face. I feel like during Christmas, it's like very intense. And then when it comes to New Year's, it's like, oh shit, something's coming. It's like, you know, it's like a bomb. It's like the 10 like second countdown. So I don't know. And then I just celebrated my birthday. So it's just been a whirlwind for me. Super grateful to be in the year 2024, still to be living. I feel like I've had like, I don't know, an amazing week. Like I hope everybody had an amazing week. I had an amazing week. I definitely want to, I guess, start off my show talking about my birthday. I feel like my birthday was definitely the highlight of my week. Shout out to Bravery Studios, shout out to Marv, shout out to Amanda, shout out to everybody that was part of that experience. Honestly, it was something beautiful. Definitely got me. I definitely have the footage of that. I'd have to make like a video of that because I said it one time on my episode that I never had a surprise party. And I legitimately was surprised. Like, I'm a girl from Patterson, so it's just like when that shit happened, I got scared. At first, I got scared. When you see my face in the video, like my face was just like, oh my God, because I saw so many faces, so many different people coming together, and I was like, whoa. But then like a burst of happiness just came out. So like everybody that was part of that experience, that was like awesome. I had a birthday cake that presented my logo. Shout out to Marv. Shout out to Ashley, your sister, which baked the cake. I feel like it was like a community thing, and like it was beautiful. I was crying and shit. Oh my God, so emotional. And yeah, I feel like that was the kickstart of my week, like surprise birthday party. So I was just like, damn, like what's gonna happen next? So hopefully everybody had a great New Year's. I had a great New Year's. I found out something really cool about New Year's. I don't know if it's absolutely true, but what I found out, like, you know those confetti papers that like fly in New York when the ball drops? Did you know that before the ball drops in New York, in those areas, they're gonna be passing around those little like sticky notes or whatnot? And excuse me, I don't know where exactly they do them. It's like somewhere around Times Square, but people put their New Year's resolutions. So in those confetti things that explode into the air are literally a lot of people resolutions. Did you know that, Marv? Right? So I was just like, damn, that like makes it really special. And then I thought like, yo, imagine you get some crazy one, you open it, it's like orange, like yeah, something crazy. It's just like, yo, I don't know, like it was really cool. Oh man, would you do that? I don't know. I spend New Year's Eve with my family. It's always been a tradition to just like kind of go by my brother's house, spend it with him. But I always looked at those people on television, you know, like that's like major dedication. Like people, the first question that I feel like always gets asked is, so what are you wearing? Are you wearing a pad? Are you wearing a diaper? Like, what are you doing for the bathroom situation? And it's interesting to hear people's strategies. Some people are like, so we got all this food and we're taking sips of water. Just because they obviously don't want to pee. Some people are like, I'm wearing a diaper, and I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy. Like, yeah, like crazy as dedication. I'm just like, oh, I don't know if I would have. I would feel like, you know, like when people feel like they're in a tight room, That's how I would feel with all those people. So it's just like, damn, like, I don't know. It's pro and a con. I think it's beautiful because you're around a pool of human beings all sharing a like positive emotion. Con meaning like you're doing that, but you also don't have the freedom to do what you want. So I don't know. To each its own. Like if you want to share, like, would you ever do the New York? I don't even know what you would call that. Like, what do you call that? Like New York countdown. What is it? Ball drop. The ball drop. Yeah, like I'm like from here and I don't even know what that shit is called. I also think that it's definitely a tourist thing. I don't know if it's like I could see a whole bunch of New Jersey or New York people doing that. I definitely think it's like, oh my God, kids, we're gonna go, like a family from like Wisconsin. We're gonna go to New York and we're gonna go see the ball drop. And I feel like, oh my God, the rude awakening that they get.
Emotional.
Oh my God,
damage.
it's crazy. It's crazy. Anytime I walk around that area, it's always like a crazy situation. It's definitely like booby traps, you know? You take a picture with like that disfigured as Mickey Mouse, they charge you like $5. Like it's crazy how they get these people. And then those people that be like flipping and like doing like crazy acrobatic shit, it's like they'll ask for $1 and then all of a sudden they're asking for like $20. It's like crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, would you do the ball drop, or is this something that you would just watch on TV? And if you have done the ball drop, please talk about your experience. So yeah. Another thing that I definitely want to talk about, I feel like I had all these topics because a lot of shit happened. I feel like one of the main things that happened is like, I want to just talk about it because I feel like everybody has been posting about it. Like, what the fuck is the big deal about these Stanley Cups? I want to know. I want to know. Why is this metal cup so superior? Like, it's crazy. The chokehold that this Stanley Cup, like, who the fuck is Stanley? Who is that motherfucker? And he got mad money right now. But, like, why? Like, I want to know what's so special about it. Like, please let me know. I want to know. But apparently, it's so fucking crazy that this guy beat up this person from Starbucks because they came out with this like special Starbucks Stanley Cup like cup. And yeah, yo, he jumped over the counter for this shit.
That's crazy. I really don't like that guy.
I'm like, yo, I don't like that guy. Like, yo, that's crazy though. I just want to know, what is the big deal? Like, are you gonna feel good drinking out of that cup knowing that you attacked the Starbucks lady for it? Like, I don't know. It's giving me like, I don't know if you guys remember the chokehold that society had when the chicken Popeye sandwich came out. Like people were getting into car accidents. This was causing like road closures on the highway. Like, yo, this shit was wild. So this is where I'm just like, damn, like as a human race, like let's do better. You know, like that, or like, I don't know. I feel like this Stanley Cup better like do something like super magical, like make me see unicorns. I want to know what is so crazy about this metal cup. And if you own a Stanley Cup, please in the comments, let me know what's so special about it. Besides the fact that it keeps your drink cold or hot for 8 hours. Let me know. Anyways, another thing that I want to talk about, because yo, shit was crazy. And like, I don't know what type of rock I've been living under. So I don't know. I'm talking about Gypsy Rose. Okay? Marv, have you heard about Gypsy Rose? Yo, shit is crazy. So they had a documentary series on her called The Act. And I remember seeing it on Hulu when I just like wanted to pass time and shit. And I was like, yo, what is this? Like, why is this girl looking all like sickly? Like that. So it's called The Act. So I always ignored it, right? Now all of a sudden, I know like this name. Like if you put Gypsy Rose, mad shit starts coming out. And if you haven't heard about it, you're hearing about it now. So Gypsy Rose is a person. I don't know how old is she now, but she's definitely an adult. She was born. Her mother, Dee Dee, convinced her that she had like shit wrong with her. the list of diseases that this child thought she had, or not even child, because she also lied about her age, was crazy. She said that she had leukemia, muscle dysfunction dystrophy or something like that, basically MS, asthma. Like, it was a freaking 2-page thing. And the mom scam, Make a Wish Foundation, yo, these people were going to Disney. They had a house. Like, yo, her mother, like, you know, and nobody's gonna question that shit. Like, I feel like you see somebody who's sick, who's in a wheelchair, a child and a mother, like, you know, you're like, oh my God, like, they need help. I'm gonna go help them. So turns out Gypsy Rose just kind of was never sick. Like, she was in a wheelchair, but like behind her mother's back, like, she got like a cell phone, started talking to some dude. No, like, really wild shit. Started talking to some dude. This dude started making her gain confidence. He was like, I think it's crazy. Oh, on top of that, what makes the story crazy, her mother convinced the doctors that she has some shit wrong with her stomach, so she had a feeding tube.
Bruh.
And she lost all her teeth.
Bruh.
Bro, the fact, and like, this person was a perfectly whatever human being. Now, what makes this shit crazy is that she met this guy online on a Christian dating profile website. Mad crazy. He ends up giving her confidence or whatever. And then he's like, yo, listen, we need to kill your mom. No, she asked, like, hey, I have this weird personality bullshit. We need to kill your mom, whatever. It ends up going down. They killed the mom, bro. And what's crazy is, because of her case, this is what makes, now think about it. It's like, I'm not happy she killed her, but you got to think of the circumstance here. She either was going to kill her or she was going to kill her. And when I mean she was going to kill her, the mother was going to end up killing the daughter because she was already killing her. Like, when you think about it, this case is so crazy to me because it's like, when you have a parent, you know, I'm a parent, you're going to want the best for your child. Like, this person, I don't know what happened. If they had one surgery and she was like, oh my God, look what I could get off of one surgery. To turn this into a whole rap sheet and make this your job, that was crazy to me. And like, what's crazy is like, it's a sensitive topic because you think like, oh my God, this child murdered their mom. I'm not happy she did, but again, it's a crazy situation because the mother was just doing crazy stuff to her. So whatever. Gypsy Rose go to jail. So what's crazy is like, this girl in a wheelchair that the whole community thought couldn't walk, all of a sudden starts walking in court. Everybody's like, yo, what the hell's going on? She goes to jail. Now, because of her case and them finding out about her mom defrauding the system, because she also convinced Gypsy that she was younger than her age. She convinced Gypsy that she was 15 years old. She was really 19 years old. So she was actually an adult to make a lot of these decisions. But her mother, I don't know how she did this. So now this is like a whole shit because she went to jail and now she got out of jail. She just got out of jail. She got out of jail during Thanksgiving. And the whole world, they're not even against her. Like, you would think, like, you know, when people are like, they get out of jail during these situations, they're like, oh my God, I'm going to find her. She better worry for her life. People are like wearing like, they're on like Team Gypsy Rose side. And it's like crazy. Like, the community, like the supportive community that she got on her side. And I just think about, I'm like, damn, like, yo, shorty killed her mom. Like, I was just like, yo, that's crazy. She's free right now. It's just a wild story. I feel like if anybody didn't watch it, definitely watch it. It just makes you think. It's like, I don't know. It gives those type of vibes. Like, it's a weird vibe. It's a weird world. It's a weird world right now. But Gypsy Rose is right now living her best life. Like, shorty never had Instagram before. She's out here posting selfies. She's like, if you look at this girl's profile right now, it looks so like she's gaining so, like, she got like already like 10 million followers on TikTok or like Instagram or whatever. So it's like interesting. Like, the world right now is just like on this. Is they're like, oh shit. So anyways, definitely check it out. That happened. I was like, oh shit, this girl's out of jail. So like, what else happened? Another thing that's happening is, I feel like, all right, when we think about these two people, right? think about comedians. So what's happening right now is that Cat Williams is airing out a lot of people, and like I feel like starting out the new year, like what is it that has you so tight? Like what really happened? Because the amount of people he's airing out, he's saying that Cedric the Entertainer is not funny, that he steals his jokes. But what's really crazy is that he's really coming at Kevin Hart in a personal way. So basically what I got is that Kevin is claiming that Cat Williams just got too fucked up, took too many drugs, and took his career for granted or whatever it may be. And I'm just like, okay. Now, what Cat Williams is saying about Kevin Hart is that Kevin Hart is a gatekeeper. So I'm just like, okay. I see both sides of the story, but I'm just like, yo, who's funnier? I don't know. When I think of these situations, I'm just like, damn, like as comedians, I feel like when it comes to acting, I feel like you guys should be more like friends. You know, you guys shouldn't be against each other. And I'm like, damn, like if I was in that situation, not even in that situation, like if I was their friend, I would straight up go on live on my phone and be like, yo, we're going to deal with this shit right now. We're going to go on live. I want y'all to fucking roast the shit out of each other. And whoever wins is the best. That's it. And it's live. And you just better jump on that live. And I feel like that if they were here right now going back and forth, there's 2 empty seats in front of me, so you can't really see it. But like that, I feel like that would be the best way. I don't know. Like for you to go on an interview to talk about them, I'm like, nah, I don't know. They need Mina Mendoza in this situation. I was just looking at it and I want to think about it. And I'm curious, who do you think would be funnier? When I think about roasting, like talking, like, you know, cutting ass, I'm not gonna lie. I think Cat Williams got it. I don't know. Kevin Hart is funny. Don't get me wrong. Kevin Hart is funny. But he's like funny at making fun of himself a lot. And I feel like with Cat Williams, he makes fun of himself, but he's also funny at making fun of other people. I don't know. What do you think, Marv? Who do you think will be a better roaster, Cat Williams or Kevin Hart? Right? He just feel like he just has more style. So like, I don't know. That's where I'm thinking about this. That's how, and I also think about like, how could we turn this into a positive situation? You feel me? Like make it a true, like a versus. Like, I don't know why versus stop, but I would love to see a versus with comedians. I think that would be great. But that's just my idea. So another thing I want to talk about is also just like some events that are recently happening that I feel like being a community and like going through my birthday, I notice how many people are in my corner and you know how much y'all love me. So I'm like, damn, like, so I want to make sure during every episode I do a segment or a little part of my episode where like, you know, I'm helping spread word of what everybody else is doing. So one of the first things that I want to talk about is shout out to Bravery Fit. And launching their debut. If you haven't catched it, it's definitely a dope, like it's a channel based off, it has Ash Lazu and also Mind Mix Sully. And what they do is they talk about just like working out, but also topics within working out. Like it's not just gonna be like, oh, like do these 10 cents to get buff and shit. No, it's gonna be like talking about, I don't know, like I've seen a topic there like on plastic surgery, on like, is it better to like work out or get things done, and like what's the stigma on that, you know, like little bases on that, or like what type of supplements to take. So I just feel like if you're really into like working out, having a positive and healthy lifestyle, and want to dig into like, especially like women talking about it, definitely check that out. So I want to give a shout out to I think that's beautiful and amazing. Another thing I want to give a shout out is something that I just saw. So we have a speed dating event, and yeah, I think that's really cool. I've never heard of a speed dating event except for like in movies and TV shows. So when I was reading about it, it was crazy. So shout out to No Filter the Pod. It's a speed dating and brunch event, and so far 20 women have already signed up. So if you want to learn more about this, definitely follow the No Filter the Pod, No Filter the Pod on Instagram. And I don't know, I guess with speed dating, if I'm correct, it's like I guess like for the amount of people that you have, you get like maybe 5 minutes, and then but this is what I was thinking about this, right? What if two people like the same person? Does that make sense? Like, do y'all get what I'm saying? Like, what if they like the same person? Does the person then just pick who they want? I don't know. That's the way I thought about it, because I feel like everybody will kind of go around each other. So I just always think, like, what would be the rules about this? Like, or like, do they just agree to see each other twice? I don't know. Like, that's interesting. Like, what would be the rules on that? But if you definitely want to, like, date in the New Jersey scene, definitely check that out. I feel like that's like cool shit going on. It's like fun dating, So I'm curious, like, what that looks like. And I feel like what would be fun is like what it looks like months later. It kind of reminds me, I don't know if y'all remember, I'm a millennial, so when I think about these situations, I think about this show from back in the day called Blind Date. Yo, this shit was crazy. Yeah. If you ever, I feel like, go on TikTok and just write Blind Date on the search bar. Yo, this shit was crazy. So it was about two people that come on the show. They go on a blind date, and what's funny is throughout the show they would have like these pop-up emojis that'd be like, like they'll be driving in a car like vroom vroom, and then all of a sudden, like, he'll just be focused and she'll like look at him and she'll be like, in the little pop-up, like, I wonder if he ate already or some bullshit like that. And then he's like driving and she's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, it's like a go by play, and it just like kind of gives you like emojis on like what's happening. But it kind of gives like that type of vibes. But, if y'all want to join in, definitely join in. Shout out to them. Shout out to those events happening. All right. So now that I talked about a little bit about that, one thing that I want to talk about is New Year, New Me vibes. I think it's funny when people say this, because I always wonder, like, I don't know, me being a parent, like, I look at holidays completely so different now. I think about my son. So I think about like those parents that had the children that transition mad hard. And when I say transition mad hard, is like, I don't know, when we're in like grade school, right? Like, I feel like it's not until like we hit like 11 or 12th grade that I feel like people start choosing to dress differently. So, like, you don't see emo kids in 3rd grade. Like, that shit just doesn't happen. So what I think about is like, yo, imagine being like, you're in 7th grade, 8th grade, and I guess it starts with the music. You see what the artist looks like, when this child transitions into like goth, I feel like it's different when you're part of a Spanish household. I don't know. Maybe not so much now, but when I was growing up, if you popped up, see, okay, I grew up in Patterson, right? But I went to school in Garfield High School. And I'm just going to straight up say it. Like, that was a cultural shock for me, because I feel like I saw more, in a beautiful way, I saw more of like a diversity of people. So, like, I don't know, growing up in Patterson, I saw, like, goth kids, but not as much. Like, here we had, like, Harry Potter kids, goth kids, like, it was, like, all these type of crews and stuff. So I feel like when it came down to the goth kids, like, I remember that shit used to be intense. They had, like, 35 million piercings in the face and, like, dark eyeliner, and, like, the hair would be, like, swooped up, and, like, it kind human beings, but it's just like, it looked so dark. So I think of like always my friend, I'm gonna name him nameless, but I'm gonna give him a name. We're gonna call him Todd. And Todd was from a Dominican family, and I remember Todd one day was dressing mad hood, wearing like rockaware, and then one day started wearing this type of clothing. So I remember Todd's mom, yo, she thought she was part of the devil. Like, yo, she just was like, that was always the main argument. Like, estás con el demonio, da 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 da. Like, she just couldn't understand. Like, and like, I think about that because, you know, like, back in our day, like, I don't know, like, it just was unknown. I don't know, like, I think about it in Colombia, like, is this like an American thing or like Peru? Like, that I know there's goth kids, but it's like I don't know. I guess there's more like that diversity here. But I've always thought to that. Like, I was like, damn, like that must have been hard as hell. Like, I feel like listening to rock music and like whenever we were listening to it. Oh my God, she thought it was like the devil music, and like I always remember that transition was mad hard. She thought he was depressed. Like, yeah, it was just like it's crazy because it was like you just go through a different life change, and it's like crazy trying to explain that to parents. So I always thought that, like, when I thought about New Year's, I always thought about my friend. I'm like, damn, like being a parent, like imagine, like I wouldn't care if Darius decides to go that route. I wouldn't care. I know what to do now. I feel like now it's more acceptable, but I always think about that. Like, I wonder like what Todd mom was thinking, like, you know, I don't know if I put myself in her shoes, but that's always something funny to think about. Another thing that I want to talk about is going like vegetarian or vegan. I feel like this is usually the time that people make like different life fit choices. Is like, I don't know, growing up in a Hispanic household, like how do you feel like that fits for you? For me, my type of experience, when I first went vegetarian, my mom thought I was gonna die. I'm so serious. She thought I was seriously gonna die. She just couldn't understand that I would just eat rice, beans, and like salad. She was like, so you're not gonna eat chicken? You're not gonna eat meat? You're not gonna eat fish? You're not gonna eat none of that? I'm like, no. And like, she just could not, and she was scared. I remember she was scared for me. She was worried all the time that I wasn't eating. And it's like, I don't know, like I feel like maybe now it's a little bit more accepted, but I feel like, I don't know, granted, like 10 years ago, like when it's hard, like that shit is fucking hard. So I want to know, like, did anybody have ever difficulties with that, like coming into your household and coming with that type of change? Like, seriously, my mom thought I was gonna get fucking sick. She judged me hard as hell. And like, I guess now she's still like, you know, whatever. But now like she understands when I do it. But it's interesting. It's like, would your family support that type of drastic change? Do you feel like they would try to accommodate you on Thanksgiving or like Christmas dinner? Or do you feel like they'll be like, fend for yourself, like because it's too much of a drastic change? Y'all let me know. I'm curious. All right. I also wanted to keep things spicy, and I also wanted to keep things fun. So I always think about like these random questions. I was like, yo, if I was stuck on an island and I had to choose a celebrity to chill with me, who would I love to chill with? And I feel like if I had to choose a celebrity that I would want to chill with, I think I would have to chill with a chef. I think I would chill with Bobby Flay.
Yes.
Yeah. I would need to chill with a chef because chefs will know how to cook and how to know if something went rancid, if something, you know what I mean? Like, I need someone, because I feel like, okay, I'll figure out how to build the fucking fire. I'll figure out how to not get myself wet and create shelter. But I need someone that is going to know how to prepare fish. Because, yo, you can't just catch a fish and eat it. Like, he's going to know, like, no, you can't eat that. That's just poisonous. Or blah, 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 this and blah, 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 that. I need someone that's going to know how to take out. I need someone like that. And I think if you're a chef, you're going to also know how to start a fire. I don't know. It comes in handy. You can't do one without the other. So I would like to stay in an island with Bobby Flay. And I think Bobby Flay is the coolest out of all chefs. I think he's like from New York. I like his style. I think he's like one of the dopest chefs out there. I was actually blessed to go to one of his restaurants before it closed called Gato. And yeah. I would like to know, who would y'all stay in an island with? Marv, what celebrity would you want to stay with in an island? Who's that? Oh, that's the girl from Harley Quinn. I know, no, but it's the Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Wolf of Wall Street, right? Okay, why? Why Margot Robbie? You want to have babies? You will procreate with this human. Okay. Yo, Margot Robbie, Marvin and Margot, a whole bunch of Marvel and Margos. Yo, I'm here for it. I mean, you can do whatever you want on this island. So I'm curious to know. But you better hope, So Marv, you would have to do everything. Does she have survival skills? She don't need it. Okay. That's also something to think about. Like, whoever y'all choose for this celebrity, that's why I chose a chef. And I was like, yo, I gotta chill with the coolest chef. And I just figured he's gonna know how to build a fire. We'll figure it out. But who would y'all choose with? All right, so I'm going with Bobby Flay. So let's, I guess, go into some spicy questions. Oh, actually, before I go into the spicy questions, a little bit before, I want to talk about it. Yo, how does Donald Trump keep himself so relevant? Like, how? I just want to know, because he's not even our president anymore, you know? Like, I feel like nobody talks about Obama or, like, Bill Clinton. Like, you know, he just makes himself always relevant. And, like, I don't know, in the most craziest way. So it's like, I just want to know, how does he do this? How the fuck does this man do this? Like, I never seen someone talk so much shit, lose a presidential, like, I think he went to be a president again and then lose. And now I think he's going to come back. Like, is that even allowed? Like, can you just come back? Like, if you lose a second time, I know you could only do 2 terms as a U.S. president. He only did 1. So it's like, but is it illegal to, like, come back? Like, if he decides to come back. I'm just like, who, like, puts these, like, tolls? Like, here's, like, you know what? I think we want to give you a second try. I don't know. And, like, Donald Trump to me is just like, yo, he is, like, very... For me, Mina is not about politics. Let's just get this thing straight before we start thinking that I'm going to even dive into the world of politics. I'm just talking about this person's character. Like, I feel like he definitely knows how to work a room. And that's something that I will say with Donald Trump. Like, he's very fearless. Like, I don't know, like, talking so much shit. A yuppie from fucking, I think he's, like, from Brooklyn. Like, a yuppie from Brooklyn. He was definitely a yuppie part of the 80s. And, like, he's ballsy. He's fucking ballsy. I think he went to North Korea. Like, yo, I would be so fucking scared going to North Korea. And, like, he just, like, straight up rolled up in there. I don't know. The comments he be saying. I mean, I guess, like, you know, not to dive so much crazy into it. I'm just, like, how do you keep yourself relevant again? Like, do y'all see yourself? Do you see this person getting back into office? Would you be here for this person getting back into office? I don't know. It's crazy. The world's going to shit right now. I've had conversations with people about this. Notice how I'm not putting my own opinion. I like to put other people's opinions. I hear pro and con. Obviously, he could come off a little racy. But one thing this person said, they were like, yo, not for nothing, but when he was president, he had everyone paid. Like, I was just like, yeah, right. Like, yo, he made sure that you were paid. Like, he made sure that these things were put into place. And I don't know if it was so much him, but I was like, okay, like, he gave a lot of security to a lot of people. So it's like, damn, like, I don't know. It's interesting. Like, when I always think about, like, these politics, I'm like, how do they choose these people? Like, how do they choose them to come in again? So would y'all be here for Donald Trump, or would y'all not be here for Donald Trump? Let me know. I also want to know what he does with his time, because it's like, if you're not the president no more, like, what are you doing? I don't know. Like, he's, even like when he was the president, I felt like he was too cool to be the president. Like, I'm not a fan of Donald Trump, but I just was like, yo, you're a cool guy. Like, you need to be off, like, managing your buildings and I don't know. Like he always gave off that vibe. Like he was like Wolf of Wall Street's guy best friend. He dresses like them anyway. So I'm just like, I don't know. He gives me those type of vibes. Like I don't see you discussing wars. Like I see you, I don't know. Like it's cool guy vibes. I don't know. Let me know. What do y'all think? Or not let me know. But I always thought it was interesting just to like kind of bring that up. So now that we talked a little bit about a little what's going on with the world, I guess like let's bring it into like the spicy questions. Yeah, let's bring that back. So my friends, I want to know if you weren't friends with somebody, right? Because I always feel like what are like controversial things. I was watching a movie the other day and it was a scene where the girl was not friends with the person, but they seen their boyfriend hooking up with someone else. Now, you not being friends with the person, do you feel like you would go out of your way to contact this person and let them know? Would you do that, or would you just let it go? And I feel like, remember, like, I guess look at the contents of this question, you know what I mean? Like, you are friends with this person. You were once friends with this person. Would you bring it up or let it go? Me, I think if I was great friends with this person and I know that this person in a way was still with this other person, because I feel like you still know when people are with people, I would say something. But I would say it in a context. I was like, hey, blah, 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 this. I know that we didn't work out ourselves, but I just wanted to let you know that I saw this and this, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. And I would just keep it short and sweet. Like, I wouldn't be like bonchinche style to talk shit. I would just be like, I feel like it's just like a girl code. I don't know if it makes sense. Like, hey, I saw this. Do what you may with the information, but this is what I saw. Now, I'm not going to go out of my way and fucking take pictures for you. But I'm just like, I'm definitely going to like, I don't know. I would let the person know because I feel like, I don't know. It's like common decency a little bit. Now, my other question is, if your friend was dating someone that you didn't like, would you tell them? I feel like that's always like a hard topic because if your friend is dating someone that you don't like, I feel like it makes it difficult because you want your friend to be happy. And in the end of the day, like relationships are like, it's for them, not for like them, the actual person in the relationship, not for like the friend. So I look at it like, a friend is just there to support and listen. And that's the best way I could put it. Like, unless obviously like it's a deeper situation where the person's like hurting the person, you know. But I feel like you're not always gonna like the person that your person is like your friends with. But it's like finding that compromise. I don't know. I feel like for me, I wouldn't necessarily say, oh, I don't like them. I would have to give a very good reason like on why I don't like them. Like I would have to see the person steal. Like I don't know. I'm a big fan of like I have to see something in order to say that I don't like the person. I'm not big on like, oh, I don't like the person just based off of vibes because people could also have a bad day. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of that. But like ask yourselves, like if your friend was dating someone that you didn't approve of, like you didn't like, would you say something or would you not say something? Because I feel like that also could cause like tension. Because also think of it like from the other perspective, like you giving that news could also now make your friend think twice about inviting you when you're hanging out if this person's going to be around, because now they don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. So I just feel like if you're going to relay some type of message like that, you got to make sure that you're relaying it with like valid facts. Like you can't just put facts on emotions. You have to base facts on facts. So I don't know, like to me it's like you got to tread very softly when these situations happens. Like be loyal, but know what you're saying, you know. I was thinking about these situations. It's like what's girl code, but also what's, I wouldn't say hating, but like what's not supportive, you know? So I'm gonna leave it at that. I feel like I had a lot of random thoughts today. I just hope that everybody has been safe. I hope everybody's been healthy. I hope that everybody had a great New Year's. I've had a great birthday. It's all been good vibes. And I hope that, like, coming into this new year with 2024, a lot of people always say, like, what's your New Year's resolution? So I feel like, I hope that y'all resolutions, however y'all made it, stay true to it. If you say you're gonna lose weight and you want to go to the gym, go to the gym, but don't force yourself to go to the gym where you make your resolution like hateable. Stick to your goals, be positive, and I don't know, I'm gonna share my resolution. I just want to be somebody that I want to be best friends with. So take that for yourself. I'm gonna leave us on a positive note, and yeah, that's it. It's your girl Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, Queen of Spice. And